Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you enjoy your day. Thanks for joining us. Let's get started with our presentation today, Analytics for Microsoft Dynamics GP, Great Plains. And I'm Johnny Girardi, Data Cell founder and CEO. And before I jump into the presentation, I want to give a little bit of background. Why I started this business back in 2005. So I'm an electrical engineer as my background. In my early career, I was doing programming. And for a few years, I was really happy to do programming. And then eventually, I moved to the business area, had my MBA. And for me, reporting and data analysis was easy. I was comfortable dealing with tables, joins, and programming, whatever it takes to me. Data analysis has always been easy because of my programming background. However, my business peers was different. They were not computer savvy, and they would struggle with data analysis. They would have to ask someone else to do reports and change reports. Not very efficient. Many times have to make decisions based only on gut feeling, not facts at all, or not being able to change things on the fly. So when I was invited to join the business intelligence analytics world, I quickly realized that my technical and business background could make an impact. I could make this better. So, make a long story short, in 2005, I founded Data Cell. And the main vision of the business is to simplify analytics and to amplify it, make it easier, make it better for mid-sized companies. There are great technology out there, but using the great technology is too expensive and too complicated for mid-sized companies. So I thought, hey, I can make it simpler, I can make it better. So I started this journey back 9 years ago, and we came a long way. We have built an outstanding platform with a lot of clients. And what I'm going to show you today is the latest technology. So I hope you'll find this session informative and exciting too. So let's get started. Hold on a second here. Okay. So I'm going to spend about 10, 15 minutes tops covering a few PowerPoint slides, talk about why analytics, why people come to business to us, frequently. And then I'm going to show a quick data self-analytics presentation, and we'll open a Q&A at the end of the session. So this session is going to be about half an hour. So why most people come to our organization, most of them, they come because they're trying to improve their operations, they're trying to improve their sales, supply chain, and with their manufacturers, their manufacturing processes. We also people coming from, for financial purposes. Sometimes they're not very happy with what the financial framework from Great Plains provides, and then we can also address complementing what GP doesn't have on the financial side. We can cover, payroll, services, you name it. But these three are the most popular. So let me give a little bit of insight, kind of peel the onion a little bit and cover what people look from sales, supply chain, and manufacturing. So on the sales side, the most basic need is just having a much better, much more comprehensive analysis of sales and profitability. You want to see sales by customer, by product, by territory, by products, changes those perspectives, seeing growth decline. So that's a pretty basic, but still core functionality that we augment significantly compared to what GP provides. Some companies may have a more elaborate ordering and invoicing process. It takes time. And then they want to analyze how efficient the process is or where the bottlenecks are. So analytics can help, slice and dice the data to find out how can we make it better. Sales commissions, if you have a more sophisticated sales commission that you cannot do easy from Great Plains, often it becomes a error-prone, labor-intensive process at the end of the month. With analytics, we can pretty much automate sometimes 100% of the process any time of the month. You can see sales commissions, quotas, goals, and so forth. So big value added right there. Some companies, they have big contracts with big companies like, with the retailers, big box retailers. So they have to be sure that when they come up with a pricing strategy, it's a win-win for them and for the client as well. So being able to help them analyze pricing, the past, volumes, and come up with a good price strategy is critical, and analytics can support that as well. Sales forecasting, who doesn't wish to have a crystal ball for forecasting? So analyzing past, sales trends can add a lot of, insights into forecasting on the sales side, looking at open sales orders, past sales, trends, what's coming from, the clients, and so forth. And finally, data integration. Sometimes part of the sales information comes from other places like Great Plains. They come from Excel files. Maybe clients sending your way their expectation of, sales or their inventory. And then you have to combine that data with Great Plains. So using analytics for that, data integration is something pretty straightforward usually. And we have big value on those fronts. So these are some of the most popular sales topics we have. On the supply chain means inventory, purchasing, delivery. The most basic is inventory management. How many items you have in stock, what is the cost, is it been sitting for too long, what is the inventory turnover, exchange, or transferring between warehouses, where should items be to fulfill your demand more quickly. So inventory management is usually a big topic that analysts can improve. If you have, inbound and outbound, more sophisticated or time-consuming routing and logistics, maybe bringing your supplies from overseas or delivering your supplies, something critical that you have to have a better understanding, look at weather patterns or, traffic, whatever it is. Analytics can help you with that. Supply chain collaboration, if you have ways to get data from your suppliers and vendors and shipping companies, you can bring that data into analytics and look at the whole thing with Great Plains and their information in a single place. If your purchasing processes also are elaborate, then you need to combine the data to have a better understanding. Analytics can help you with that. Forecasting, the same way that we can forecast sales, we can forecast what the items are going to be ready for your shipping. So big topic that analytics can help. In the same way, data integration, bringing data from, your suppliers, shipping companies, your clients to help you with the supply chain working, and analytics can help you with that. So those are the most popular topics. And again, we cover many others. If you have questions, when I talk on a one-on-one, we can go later to discuss your own needs. But why data self-analytics? Well, it goes back to my vision initially. There's great technology out there, typically too expensive, too complex for mid-sized companies. So what we do is we simplify it and we amplify it. And we look for the best of the technology. And right now our platform uses, our own technology that eliminates programming from business intelligence. We leverage SQL Server BI framework, which is part of, Great Plains deployment. We make it much better. And we also use Tableau, which right now is the king of the hill platform when it comes to analytics. So we simplify it, we eliminate programming, and we have a lot of additional features that we make it much better. At the end of the day, what we want to do and what we do is make it easy. Make it easy for business people anytime, anywhere. They can be on the office using their desktop. They can be on a coffee shop with a notebook or using an iPad or a smartphone. They are able to pull the information anytime, anywhere. And the ones who are a little bit more sophisticated, they can change it, significantly on the fly without calling for IT support. On average, our track record is more than 70% of the end users' reporting needs, they can tackle by themselves. It's easy as that. They can do a lot of things by themselves, no IT support. Now, we also make it easy for IT. IT must have the infrastructure in place. We have a framework that provides IT with an easy to deploy, easy to maintain framework, so they are giving the business people a platform that they can become more self-sufficient. So easy is one of the most important things in our whole business. Second is, over the years, we have built a very comprehensive out-of-the-box solution. So when you install our complete package for Great Plains, we have more than 2,000 reports, dashboards, and KPIs looking at different and important business trends that maybe today you're not paying attention to. So that's what we do, simplify and amplify analytics. And because we use this latest technology, SQL Server platform, Tableau as planning tool, we consider a solution like, like a Ferrari. It's a little bit pricier. It doesn't cost a Ferrari, by the way. It's a lot more affordable. But it's very fast. It can be very sophisticated. And it's like, the top of the notch. If you want to give your users the best, the easiest, the fastest, we have a very compelling solution. So let's take the very first thing. I'm going to break my product presentation in three parts. First of all, I'm going to show secure access to the information. Then I'm going to show some sample KPIs on key performance indicators and dashboards. And finally, I'm going to show some ad hoc analysis. So let's go for it. So first of all, this is how usually most users will consume information. They'll go to a web portal that can be installed on premises, behind the firewall, or it can be deployed in the cloud, private cloud or our own managed services cloud. Anyway, the point is you're going to be accessing this portal to a secure access, highly secure access, and only people who know the address and have the right credentials can log into it. So that's the first level of security. It's highly secure framework. Second is when I log in, the tool will look at my user credentials and will give my own dashboards and reports. So let's say if I'm a salesperson, when I log into this portal, it will give the sales team dashboard. If I'm a person from finance, when I log in, I'll see the finance team dashboard. If I'm the CEO, I'm going to see only the CEO dashboard. So dashboards and reports are user-centric. So when I log to these dashboards, and I click on one of them, I'm going to just open this first top customer by sales dashboard. Then a third layer of security can kick in. For instance, this is a sales dashboard. I'm a salesperson, and suppose that I'm the account manager for California. When I open this dashboard, which is the same for all salespeople, I will only view top customers in California. While, let's say, the account manager in Florida opens the same dashboard and only views Florida information. While the big boss opens the same dashboard and views the top customers across all territories. So information can be granular. Even with the same dashboard, you'll only be able to view information that you're allowed to. So the system can be pretty automated, taking care of security. So that's pretty much about security. Now, let's take a look at a few of the dashboards that we have available out of the box, out of the 2000 library. And this is just one of them. Very simple, very easy, showing top customers by sales this year to date. This is what we call a top performer dashboard. We have lots of top performers, top customers, top profit, by sales, customers, product, territory, maybe, from purchasing, vendors, or quantity on hand, cost on hand, or expenses, you name it. And when you look at these dashboards, we try to make it visual, we try to make it easy. Some dashboards are very chart-centric. Some dashboards are very number-centric. Some people like charts, some people don't. So we have both options. This one is very chart-centric. So we have bars for sales, bigger bars, bigger sales. And then we have the color of the bars represented by this color schema showing profitability. So I can easily tell that this client is a top client, but profitability is pretty low. Maybe something that we need to work on to increase profitability. Also, we have the profitability as these black dots on the other axis. So very simple but very formative way of looking at top performers by sales and profitability. Another intriguing dashboard we have, sometimes even more intriguing than looking at the top performers, is the top change over time. What's growing and what's declining the most in a given period. And this is a sales dashboard, but here it's showing the top growth sales and top decline, in this case on a year-to-date basis. This could be quarter-to-date, could be month-to-date. This is the change since the prior period. So these customers are growing the most since last year, most likely happy customers. Salespeople are working closely with them. It's a win. But how about the top decline? Why are they declining? Is there something wrong? Well, sometimes what happens is people realize a client is done when it's too late. Maybe something was wrong. Competition was knocking the door. You were not happy. And you left message to the client that the guy didn't call back. And when you see it, they're done for good. So looking at the top growth and decline from sales, from inventory, expenses, payroll, whatever, usually the top of the growth peak is important. And being able to easily analyze them and see if something is wrong is critical. And we have lots of those dashboards available out of the box to help you with the decision process. Let's see some other dashboards here out of the box. Exception reporting. Exception reporting is another way of looking at important trends. Exception reporting shows operations or things that no longer happen. Here's an example from a sales side, which is usually easy to convey the message of the exception reporting. This dashboard shows regular customers or recurring customers who are no longer buying. In this case, they were buying the last 60 days, but not in the last 30 days. This could easily be, who's buying the last 90 days or the last 180 days and not in the last 60 days, you name it. But the point is, looking at exception reporting, why an item is no longer moving as much as before. Looking at things that are no longer changing the same pattern as before is, again, usually important. And knowing who they are is the first step towards identifying which ones need your attention. So anyway, there's a lot of dashboards that we have out of the box. Let me show now an example of how easy it is to change things on the fly. So let me go to this geography analysis, sales by geography. And by the way, I'm showing sales dashboards because it's usually easier to convey the message, but we cover PO, payables, receivables, GL, and other modules. But let's take a look at this geography analysis. And here what I have is, sales by state with bubbles, bigger sales. And then they are sliced by the size of the deal. So, let's say this large deals mean all the invoices above $10,000 and how much aggregation is by state. Then I have the account managers. I have the sales, the account manager, and the profitability of the sales, and also some product information, detailed product information here. Now, this dashboard, if I would be building it from scratch, if I have, build this dashboard from scratch, it takes a few minutes to build it from scratch. And I do not need to be a highly technical person, a business person, and we have, salespeople, even CEOs building dashboard like this from scratch on their mobile devices. So it's very easy to do that, not in the scope of today's presentation. But anyway, these dashboards are pretty dynamic. I can come here and I change the time, of the map, and I see the sales changing. So very straightforward. Now, what if I only want to see sales, let's say, for the West Coast, because I'm meeting with the West Coast team? I can select the West Coast using the mouse or my fingers if I'm on a tablet. When I do that, the dashboard changes to show only salespeople selling those 3 states and what products were sold. if I want to further, analyze the dashboard to include, let's say, one salesperson, so now it changed to only show what that salesperson is selling in those 3 states and what products are being sold. If I want to select more people, I just pick and choose, and the dashboard keeps on changing. Very easy, very fast, anytime a business person can make that. Okay, suppose if I'm a more sophisticated user and I have the power to extensively slice and dice a dashboard on my mobile device, for instance. If I'm that user, I can click the Edit button. With the Edit button, now I have almost full authoring capabilities. I have here all of the pieces of my dashboard, the chart, the actual products, and the salespeople chart. And now I can extensively slice and dice it. Let's say, suppose I'm not a chart person. I want to see numbers by the penny. I can come here and say, show me, different charts or just numbers by the penny. There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Now, what if I want to, break down sales by salesperson by, by product? I come here to the product list. I take the item description and then drag and drop using my fingers, let's say, on my iPad. There it is, by salesperson, by product, sales equals profit. Can I break down by customer? Sure. Go to the customer list, then drag and drop whatever you want. Let's put it between salesperson and product. And there you go. By salesperson, by customer, by product. Very easy, drag and drop. A business person with little training can do that. If you want to see year or month, drag and drop. Right there, you have information. Easy and quickly. The point is, business people with little training can actually do things that today you have to rely on IT. And this tool will empower many of the business people to become a lot more self-sufficient and make decisions using facts plus gut feeling, of course, but using facts anytime, anywhere. So that's what we do. Alrighty, we're right on track. Pretty much that was the part of the presentation. Let's go for questions and answers. So because we have many people on the GoToMeeting, we're going to keep all of you on mute. But use the GoToMeeting panel on the right. There's a chatting box to write your questions so we can answer them. Let me see if we have questions already. Here. Okay. We have a question here from Peter, which is, what is the price of data self-analytics? Good question. The price varies significantly. We have a very broad range of options, and we have created a price schema that pretty much tries to fit the budget of mid-sized companies. We have subscription pricing. You can actually purchase a solution. The pricing varies by user, by how many data sources you have. So it could be, it could be literally down in the 4 figures if you want to just get your feet wet to see how things are. And you can go to 5 figures if you have a much more sophisticated framework. So price varies significantly. Rarely it goes over 6 figures. So usually, low 4 figures to high 5 figures is the range. The good news is when it comes to pricing, people usually ask about the typical return on investment. And we have several opportunities where when people, decision makers, start to look at the out-of-the-box reports, the dashboards, right off the bat, they found initiatives that were doing very poorly, like declining customers or items sitting for too long. And they were able to tackle those things in a matter of days and pay for the investment in actually literally days. So sometimes it can be that fast. On average, the return on investment is months. But the point is, when you give decision makers the ability to make more informed decisions in a timely fashion, usually these people can move the needle, can improve the bottom line quickly, and the cost of it itself doesn't become an issue. It's more about the much appreciated for the question. question here. Let's see. So a question from Kathy about the comparison about our technology with the JET enterprise. So JET is one of the most popular, or a very popular reporting platform in the Great Plains community, the dynamics community overall. And actually, I probably should show another slide here to back it up a little bit. Start. There it is. So let me show what we do, and then I'll circle back to JET. This is Gartner Magic Quadrant for BI and Analytics. As you may know, Gartner is one of the most reputable companies analyzing technology out there and assessing the value. Making long story short, this quadrant here, the more to the right, the more BI tools you provide. So for Fortune 2000, the more to the right, the better. For mid-sized companies, it doesn't really matter to the right as much. But this other axis means how well the company is executing its vision, how successful they are. So being higher here on this y-axis is definitely important, being higher on this sense. So what about it? So Tableau and Microsoft are the two top from this execution standpoint. Microsoft, as you well know, they have one of the most inexpensive, affordable BI framework using SQL Server and other tools. And Tableau is considered right now the king of the hill when it comes to analytics and data visualization. They just went IPO last year, very successful IPO. So these are the two top companies when it comes to BI and analytics. What about them? What about us? Well, what we do is we take Tableau, which is the top data visualization company. We take Microsoft's SQL Server framework, which is one of the best BI framework. We add our own technology to remove the complexity of programming out of this equation. And we add a very comprehensive out-of-the-box. So what you have is the best of the new technology, simplified and amplified. And that goes back to our vision. Where does JET fit into the puzzle? Well, JET, as far as we know, is not yet even considered by Gartner, so it's not considered like a top-notch technology. It's definitely a great solution by far. They're using more affordable than ours. We call them like a Beamer and Mercedes. We're like the Ferrari. We are faster, we are easier to use, and really designed to be the best approach for business companies. So we are running out of time. I'm really sorry about that. We have a few more questions here. We will address them on a one-on-one basis. We'll get back to you. Before I wrap up, I just want to show that later today or tomorrow, you're going to receive an email from us telling that you can actually go to our website, and which is dataself.com. And if you go to the learning section here, and you go to the recorded webinars, we're going to have a recording of this webinar so you can watch later on or share with other people. We're going to have a webinar like this. You can also go to this Analytics by Product and choose Dynamics GP. And there, we're also going to eventually post the same recording, webinar recording here. And here we also have brochures, a sample of the out-of-the-box reports we have with the 2000 list, requests for test drive and so forth. Alrighty, folks, I hope you have enjoyed the presentation. Let me put here my contact information. If you want to contact me to discuss our technology or our business needs or any kind of discussion about analytics, data warehousing, and business intelligence, we'll be here to educate you. I hope you had a great session. Thanks for joining us. Have a happy Thursday, and hopefully look forward to contact you again in the near future. Have a good day. Thank you.